Meet Pancake, a desert rain frog who loves to eat and sleep all day. And this is Potato, a budgets frog that screams super loudly when he's angry. However, I recently noticed that Pancake has been looking a little sad. He spends his entire day buried in the dirt, looking super bored. So, I had a wild idea. What would happen if I let these two frogs meet each other for the first time? Maybe they'll like each other and become friends. But there is one big problem. Potato is an aggressive frog, and by aggressive, I mean very aggressive. To Potato, everything is food. He will bite literally anything that wiggles in front of him. Just look at him. He literally looks like a creature that came straight out of Alien. Unfortunately for Pancake, he looks like a super squishy yellow dumpling. I honestly have no idea if Potato will turn Pancake into his afternoon snack. If I'm not careful, this meetup could end in a complete disaster. So I had to be smart. My plan is to keep Potato inside his tank, while Pancake sits on the outside, so Potato can't bite him. We'll see how they react to each other first, and if everything goes well, we can move on to phase 2. But I had to find Pancake first. He's always buried underneath the dirt. Sorry to wake you up, buddy. I really hope you like your new friend. And now, it was time to get Potato. The moment I touched his tank, he was already glaring at me with maximum rage, looking like he was ready to bite off my fingers. I honestly hope things won't go horribly wrong. Finally, it was time to make them meet. First, I put Potato inside the tank, and then I placed Pancake right in front of him on the outside. But the second I set Pancake down, Potato immediately lunged forward.
What's up, homie?
He seemed very interested in Pancake. Then, they just sat there, staring at each other for a few minutes. Surprisingly, both of them actually looked pretty relaxed and friendly. Just when I thought, hey, maybe they could actually be friends, something unexpected happened. The second I moved Pancake, Potato snap opened his mouth and tried to eat Pancake. If Potato weren't inside that tank, Pancake would be gone right now. That peaceful moment wasn't friendship at all. Potato wanted to eat Pancake the entire time. He was simply waiting for the perfect moment to strike. To test my theory, I moved Pancake a few more times to see how Potato would react, and every single time, Potato instantly went full predator mode. That peaceful moment was a complete lie. So, was this experiment already over? Is this the end of their friendship? Honestly, I really didn't want to give up that easily. Then I started wondering, maybe Potato wasn't being aggressive. Maybe he was just really hungry. There was only one way to find out. Feed Potato until he couldn't possibly eat another bite. And that is exactly what I did.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
After eating an absolutely ridiculous amount of food, Potato finally started slowing down. But I needed to make sure he was actually full. All I had to do was gently tap his mouth with these tongs, because if he's still hungry, he'll bite them instantly. So I slowly moved the tongs toward his mouth and waited. But nothing happened. The frog that would normally bite anything near his mouth was completely ignoring the tongs. He was finally full. Now, it was time for phase 2. But there was no way I was letting Potato anywhere near Pancake without some extra protection. So I made this, the ultimate frog protection system, designed to stop Pancake from becoming Potato's lunch. Now, everything was ready. There was only one thing left to do. Introduce them one more time.
Round 2.
I placed Pancake on one side and Potato on the other. Now, all I had to do was wait. At first, neither of them moved. They just stared at each other. Then, Pancake made the first move. He started walking toward Potato. He seemed very interested. Maybe he really wanted to make a new friend. But Potato just stood there, completely motionless. No biting, no screaming, nothing. Minutes went by, and nothing changed. At this point, I honestly started thinking, maybe it is time to remove the barrier. But then, Potato finally made his first move, and he immediately walked away. That was definitely not the reaction I was expecting. So I picked him up and put him back. The second I put Potato back down, everything went wrong. Potato charged straight into the barrier. The barrier was knocked away and landed right on Pancake. Thankfully, the barrier was pretty light, and Pancake was completely fine. Then I set the barrier back up and continued the experiment. Pancake immediately started walking toward Potato again. He just wouldn't give up. But then, something happened that I never expected. Somehow, he bypassed my ultimate frog protection system and made it to Potato's side. Potato noticed him and immediately turned around. Potato started moving toward Pancake, but then Potato just walked past him. I couldn't believe it. The same frog that tried to bite Pancake was now completely ignoring him. Maybe my plan actually worked. Potato was finally starting to change. But there was only one way to find out. It was time to remove the barrier. After I removed the barrier, nothing happened. Potato didn't try to bite Pancake, they just stared at each other. So I decided to move Pancake a little closer. I placed him right next to Potato, and Pancake immediately started exploring.
Hello.
He kept walking around Potato, passing by him. Again. And again.
Oh, hello there!
Like he was trying to figure out what this weird giant frog was. And somehow, Potato just let him. He didn't seem bothered at all. He just sat there peacefully. Sometimes he would even walk alongside Pancake. Then, Pancake tried something even crazier. He tried to climb onto Potato's back, but he couldn't quite make it. So I gave him a little help. I carefully picked Pancake up and placed him right on Potato's back. And then, Potato just started walking, with Pancake riding on his back. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The frog who once tried to eat Pancake was now giving him a piggyback ride. I think they were actually starting to become friends. When I first started this experiment, I was honestly worried that Pancake might become Potato's next meal. But somehow, things turned out completely differently. After all the biting and all the chaos, these two frogs actually ended up getting along. Maybe this was the beginning of a very strange friendship.